Radhanath Swami Namini Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Mumajnanattimiradasya Jnanajana Salakaya Chakshurumi Littamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manubhishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadambakhyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Shri Utapada Kamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitham Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadutam Parijana Sakitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpati Gopes Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarabhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Chapatitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Isvaraga Paramaha Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Radhe Govindaha Sarvakarana Karanam Om Tat Sat Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge which can be very joyfully performed, and the everlasting knowledge, Susukam Kartum and Avyayam. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we are understanding from this chapter, 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, that we have to worship only Krishna. Because by worshipping Krishna, we are going to get permanent results. So, by worshipping other gods, demigods, so the results are going to be temporary, and those results still they come from Krishna only. So that way, if we have the knowledge, that means having the knowledge that Krishna is the Supreme Person. That we should know. There should not be any confusion in there. He is the Maheshwara, Yogeshwara, Parameshwara, Visveswara, everything. Krishna, the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan, Purusham, Shashwatam, Divyam, Adi Devam, Ajam, Vibhum, Agugustvam, Risayagas, Sarve, Deva Rishi, Naradas, Tata, Asito, Devalo, Vyasagas, Swayam Chaiva, Bravishime. That's what Arjuna told. So, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Param Brahma. If we have that knowledge, then we need to do everything only for Krishna. That's what we are trying to do in this world in general, even those who have no knowledge, so they are trying to please someone else who are superior to them. Because they know that they can get what they want by pleasing the person who is superior to them. At work, by pleasing the boss, we can get promotion, get raise in the salary, and all such things. Or at school, by pleasing the teacher, you can get good grades. So in general, wherever. So we are trying to please someone who is superior to us. But they are all controlled by the three modes of material nature, and they always think that they are superior, but there is only ahankara. But Krishna, who is the real Supreme Person, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he considers us as his own self. He loves us so much. So So he is not acting like he's superior to us. He's the boss. Krishna is not acting like the boss. Even though he is the boss, even though he is everything. He is the supreme personality of God. So he gives us unlimited opportunities to realize that this material world is a miserable place. And Krishna wants to save us from this miserable material world, which is temporary. Life is temporary. Everything is temporary. What we own today, what we think that this is ours, was actually claimed by someone else before we took birth in this world. So even what we think that it is, we are inheriting from our parents or from our grandparents, that was also is actually owned by someone else. If we go back in the history, so it's all keep changing the names. So that's it. So what we think that we want today will be claimed by someone else in future. But in reality, Krishna is always the owner. That's what we need to know. We are all claiming. So that is the problem. We are all thinking that I want this, I want that. This is mine, that is mine. That is stupid. Everything is owned by Krishna. He is the Sarvaloka Maheshwar. And all the results, they go to only Krishna. Krishna wants the results also. When we go to job and work, the results, we cannot claim the results there. Even when we join a job also, all big companies, you need to sign some agreement or contract, and first day itself, that all the results, you don't claim the results. It's all belongs to the company. So like that here, everything belongs to Krishna only. We need to understand that. If you understand that fact, and if you understand that Krishna is our own Supreme Father, if you understand that, with that understanding, with that knowledge, if we try to use everything for the enjoyment of ourselves with Krishna, that is the main. We should try to enjoy with Krishna. When the father is, for example, given in this material world, if the father is very rich, and if the son says that, I don't care, I will go myself and try to earn. So how stupid that is. So if you enjoy with the father, so that is good. Otherwise, thinking that everything is mine, let me enjoy myself. So that is again not correct. So we need to understand this logic very well, that everything is owned by Krishna, and who is our Supreme Father, and who is always with us, who is there seated in our heart as a super soul. He is all the time with us. Never ever Krishna is leaving us, even for a single moment. Krishna is not leaving us alone. So that knowledge we need to get from Bhagavad Gita, and then we need to surrender everything unto Krishna, knowing very well that he only can claim everything. So that way, with that loving attitude, that is the main thing, with love. So we need to start loving our own Supreme Father, Krishna. So that's what is very important. If we start loving Krishna, so then if we offer everything to Krishna, so then we don't even ask him anything in return. In love, there is no expectation. Then only it is love. When we are serving Krishna with love and devotion, so that means there is no expectation in return, that I give you this much, I spend so much time for you, and you do this for me, you do that for me, and it's not needed. And especially with Krishna, there is no need to tell him at all that what I want. Krishna knows. Maybe the demigods, so whom we are trying to, like what we are studying in the 7th chapter, those people who are deprived of knowledge, who have no knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita, and they just go and worship the demigods and ask for material benefits, and they get it. The demigods, they don't even know what this person is going to ask unless he asks. But Krishna knows everyone what they are going to ask, or what are their needs. Everything Krishna knows. Because he is seated in our heart. Not those demigods are seated in the heart of every individual soul. That's what we need to understand. So when the question comes that I worship this God or that God, is it okay? And all such things, the question is that who is seated in our heart? Who is seated in everyone's heart? That's a very important question we need to ask. Krishna is seated in everyone's heart, and Krishna is the super soul, and Krishna is the Sarvaloka Maheshwara, and Krishna knows everything. Maya tatam vidam sarvam jagat davyaktam murtina matsani sarvabhutani nachakam teshu avastita. That's what Krishna says. So Krishna is everything. That's what we need to know. Then, by knowing that, if we directly worship Krishna, and if we show our love, and if we render devotional service unto Krishna without expecting anything in return, because he knows what is good for us. And what we need, we may not know, but Krishna knows. We think that I need this, I need that. That may not be good for us. May not be. Most of the time, it is not good for us. When we ask for something in this material way, that's going to bind us to this material way. But to render devotional service unto Krishna, that is good for us. And we don't even have to ask Krishna even to give that opportunity. Krishna knows, because Krishna wants us to serve him so that we can go to Krishna. It's not that Krishna is waiting for someone to serve him. Not like that. Krishna is asking us to serve him because so that it can purify us. Krishna is asking us to do yajna dana tapa karma because it can purify us. So we have to do all our activities to purify ourselves. So that way we can go to Krishna. Because he is not expecting anything in return. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is equal to everyone. He cannot show any partiality to anyone. And he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But he wants us to forget this material world. He wants us to ditch this material world, detach from this material world. That's what Krishna wants us. Because he knows that we are struggling and suffering in this material world. That's why Krishna says that Anityam Asukham Lokam Imam Prapya Bhajasvamam. Having come to this temporary miserable world, you worship me. That's what Krishna is saying, that Anityam Asukham Lokam Imam Prapya Bhajasvamam. So we need to worship Krishna only. So having come to this temporary and miserable world. By worshipping Krishna, we are going to go to Goloka. We are going to go and enjoy with Krishna. So that's why Krishna is in that Bhajasvama. By rendering devotional service unto Krishna. Having come to this temporary miserable world, you render devotional service unto me. That's what Krishna says. Because by rendering devotional service unto Krishna, we are going to go to Goloka. We are going to get freed from this material bondage. That's why Krishna is asking us to serve him. Because having come to this temporary miserable world, so we have come to this temporary world, miserable world. We have got this material body and we are struggling and suffering in this material body. That is the fact. So that's why Krishna is asking us to render devotional service unto him so that we can go to Goloka. Because there in Goloka, when we go there, when we can see Krishna face to face, so how can we express our love to him if we don't even love Krishna? How can we go there and live with Krishna? That is not possible. So that's why only a devotee of Krishna who loves Krishna so much. So only he can go to Goloka, even though Krishna loves everyone. Krishna wants everyone to go to Goloka. Only a devotee of Krishna who has the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, who surrenders unto Krishna completely, who is not affected by anything in this material world, only he can go to Goloka. And we have that kind of opportunity because we got this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. Because we know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead with this knowledge. So we need to make as much progress as possible in this life itself. That means we need to bring our mind under our control. Focus our mind on Krishna, intelligence on Krishna. Do everything for Krishna. Everything based on Bhagavad Gita. Then everything is going to be so wonderful, and Krishna takes care of everything. We won't have any issues, no financial problems, no other problems, no, everything Krishna takes care. What all we need. Krishna is the source of everything. So we don't have to worry about anything. If we are a pure devotee of Krishna, if we surrender unto Krishna, then we don't have to worry about anything. Otherwise, we are going to struggle. We are going to ask for this, ask for that, and struggle in this material world and get old and get diseased and die, and all such things is going to happen for everyone. But for a devotee, it's going to stop. This nonsense is not going to continue. We need to make that kind of progress. We have great opportunities now. We know that there are so many devotees. There are millions of devotees. There are lakhs and lakhs of devotees are there. So there are crores of devotees are there. So we need to go and find out them and give them this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So that is very important. That's a very important service for us. So every day we need to think, we need to plan, how I can spread this message, how I can bring more devotees to this Bhagavad Gita class, how we can all study. So that way, if we can group together in the same, those who live in the same city, nearby, same place, and all, if we identify the devotees together and plan very well and discuss and plan and act, everything only doing only one service, that is identifying the devotees. So it's very hard. It is very difficult because people are following different paths already. And unfortunately, many of them may not be even following this Bhagavad Gita path. So there are so many different movements, different gurus, different philosophers, different things are all going on. But not everyone talks entirely about this Bhagavad Gita only. Otherwise, our attention gets diverted and it goes in many ways. Like Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekega kurunandana bahusakagi anantasya buddhayo avyavasainam. Those who are that kind of people, they are avyavasainam. So that will be, their intelligence is many branched. So for us, only one thing is very important. That is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So that means we need to know only Bhagavad Gita and only follow Bhagavad Gita and do everything based on what Krishna is teaching us in this Bhagavad Gita. So by Krishna's mercy, it is very much possible for us to do this service. And this service only if we do it very effectively. So then by Krishna's mercy, our devotional service is very much guaranteed. Because this service we can keep on doing until the time of death. We can identify devotees everywhere and give this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. This is a matchless gift. So we know what is life. We know life beyond birth and death. We know the difference between body and soul. We know that the three modes of material nature are controlling us. Everything we know. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished 23 slokas in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So what we studied until now. So by Krishna's mercy, we are understanding that worshipping him is very important. Otherwise, worshipping just demigods is going to be not, we are not going to get permanent results. So that's what we are studying. Sloka number 22, 722. Tathaya Shabdaya Yukta Tasyaradhanam Mihate Labate Chatataga Kaman Mayaiva Vigitan Hitan Sataya Shraddaya Yuktas Tasyaradhanam Mihate. Those who worship the other demigods, so they worship them with faith and they will get what they want, but it is actually coming only from me. Labate cha tataka kaman mayaiva vigitan ki than. Endowed with such a faith, he endeavors to worship a particular demigod and obtains his desires, but in actuality, these benefits are bestowed by me alone. That's what Krishna is. Then in the next sloka, what we studied yesterday, the sloka number 23. Antavatu param tesham tadbhavati alpamedasam devan devayajo yanti madbhakta yanti mamapi. Antavatu param tesham, their results will come to an end. Antavatu tesham. Tesham means those results, their results. So their results will come to an end. Tadbhavati alpa medasam. So they are less intelligent, small intelligence. Devan devayajo yanti. Those who are worshipping the demigods, devayajo, devanyanti. So devayajo, devanyanti. So those who worship the demigods, they will go to the demigods. Madbhakta yanti mam api. My devotees will come to me. That's what Madbhakta yanti mam api. Men of small intelligence worship the demigods and their fruits are limited and temporary. Those who worship the demigods go to the planets of the demigods, but my devotees ultimately reach my supreme planet. That's what we need to go. We have to go to Krishna's well, Goloka, and enjoy there. So that's why we need to worship only Krishna only, not anyone else. Avyaktam vyattimapannam manyante mam abuddhayaha param bhavam majanto mamavyayam manuttamam. Avyaktam vyaktim apannam manyante mam abuddhayaga. Those who have no intelligence, abuddhayaga means no intelligence. So they think that I was originally unmanifest and then I got manifest here. So Krishna already taught us in the second chapter, Avyaktadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata avyakta nidanani eva tatraka paridevana. So in the beginning we were avyakta, unmanifest. So then now we are manifest in the middle. Vyakta madhyani bharata. At the end, and again we will be unmanifest. So that's what the abuddhayaga, the persons who have no intelligence, manyante, they think that I was originally unmanifest and now I've got I manifest here. So that's what they think like that. Krishna directly came here. Krishna is not forced to accept a body. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Ajopishan avyayatma bhutanam iswaropishan prakritim swamadistaya sambhavami atmamayaya. So I have come, Prakritim Swamadistaya Sambhavami Atmamaya. That's why, but the fools, they don't think like that. Avajananti mamuda manushim tanumashitaga parambhava majananto mamabhuta mageswaram. That's the same line, third line, parambhava majananto. Krishna is using in that shloka also. In the ninth chapter, 11th shloka, Krishna is using that. Avajananti mamudo manushim tanumashitaga. The fools, they deride me when I descend in human form. So they don't understand my superior nature. Parambhava majananto mama bhuta maheswaram. That I am the Maheswara, I am the supreme controller of all living entities. That they don't know. Here they don't know that mama vyayam anuttamam. That I am avyayam. I'm indestructible. So I am always there, imperishable, anuttamam. So they don't know. So that they think that I get destroyed and again take birth again, avyaktam, vyaktimapannam. That's what the less intelligent, no intelligent people who have no intelligence, they think like that. Unintelligent men who do not know me perfectly think that I, the Supreme Personality of God, Krishna, was impersonal before and now have assumed this personality. Due to their small knowledge, they do not know my higher nature, which is imperishable and supreme. So that's what is Krishna's nature. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished the 24th sloka in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Niti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Omajnanatimiradasya Jnanajana Salakaya Chakshurunmeditam Mena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Vishnu Vardhana Rao Prabhu Hare Krishna Prabhu
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Thank you. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Namaste.
Namaste Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Ganesh Urupa Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, Prabhu.
No questions, Prabhuji. Thanks.
Prabhu,
Sorry,
Hare Krishna.
I joined little late. So for
Yes,
your
you can
chanting,
talk.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama,
Ram Ram, Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Isa
Krishna.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class today, Guruji.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you for understanding Krishna's nature even more today, Guruji.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, yes. That's very important. Very scientifically, Krishna is explaining everything. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you for your effort. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Sunil Shivas Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Dandavad Pranam Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna.
Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Pixel 2XL, Hare Krishna. What is the name? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare-
Guruji.
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Guruji.
Hare
Urmila
Krishna.
speaking. Thank you
Hare
so
Krishna,
much,
Hare
Guruji,
Krishna, Mataji, Hare Krishna. So
for
everything.
giving
Yes.
a little bit of knowledge regarding Krishna ji. I do
Yes.
hope that daily, at least, I carry one or two important things.
Yes.
I'm not able to attend every day because of some other, issues, but I do try to listen.
To the YouTube recordings. Yes, Mataji. That is very important.
Thank you so much, Guruji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Palniyappan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare.
So this chapter is really explaining about us only. As demigod. Even this today's sloga also, when we listen, we also comes in the same list because we also think Krishna came late because we were worshipping only demigods. Yeah, many of our friends, many of our relatives, all are still worshipping only demigods. So that way, when we this chapter, when we hear from you, we realize that we are also one among them initially. Now only we are able to, after knowing something about Bhagavad Gita, we have started thinking in depth. So to go to Krishna. That is the basic thing. This chapter is very, very important. In that respect, this chapter is very, very important. What I felt. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Sheila Mataji, Hare Krishna. Sumati Mataji, Sheila Mataji, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Sheila Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Very nice to hear that we are all have to worship Krishna and follow him. It's a very nice class today, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Sumati Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare
Thank you for the class, Guruji.
Yes.
And a very nice thing which I like that you told today is that if we know Krishna, now only we will be, familiar when we go to Goloka, familiar with
Yes.
Krishna when we go to
Yes,
Goloka.
yes.
He's already a friend. He's already our, our guru, and he's already taking care of us here. So we have
Yes.
to be familiar with him for us to go to Goloka. And
Yes.
yes, thank you, Guruji. Very nice. That one good takeaway I got today. That we should always be remembering him because we are going there to his place.
Yes.
And we will be
We have to remember Krishna only all the time. So that at the time of death, if you remember Krishna, we'll go to him. That's
Yes, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Ashok Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Sir,
Krishna.
I have one small query today.
Yes, Prabhu.
As in the just verse now, which we have gone through, that Krishna says that a less intelligent people see me in the physical manifestation, but the intelligent people see me as an energy. Am I right, sir? What Arjuna has seen then?
See, less intelligent people will not surrender to Krishna. So they will think that Krishna is like anyone else.
Yes, but basically
So,
it is energy, nothingness.
yeah, Krishna is like us. They treat Krishna also. See, we have to understand that when Krishna came here, he didn't take birth like us. He was not forced to accept a material body. He just came himself.
Right. What is my submission is that what Arjuna has viewed then when Bhagavan Krishna was discoursing Gita.
Okay, I understood your question. Arjuna was treating Krishna as his friend, best friend and cousin, correct? He depended fully on Krishna, but once he got this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, he understood that Krishna is the supreme person. So basically, the knowledge is needed for anyone to understand that Krishna. See, Param Bhavam Ajananto. So they don't know my superior nature. That's what Krishna is saying.
Yes. I was struck there only.
Yes. Once you know, then you will see Krishna as the supreme person, correct? You don't, because even for all of us, before understanding this Bhagavad Gita, we just think that Krishna is like any other ordinary God only. And even people ask question that how Krishna can do this, why Krishna did this, he did Rasa Leela, he cheated, all such things they talk about it. So we all compare Krishna as our own, like us. That's where we are making the mistake. Once we have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, then we won't be doing that. So that we need to understand that Krishna's superior nature. That's the main thing. Arjuna, after understanding Krishna's nature, then he was seeing Krishna as the supreme God. Then he was listening to him, following his instructions, and he fought for Krishna. All such things he did. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You understand, correct, Ram?
I got it. But this will be linked in future also, because I had some different impression. So
Yes.
once things are clearing,
Yeah.
so, it is become more clear and more
More
categorical.
clear. Yes, Prabhu. Yes,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare.
Lakshmi Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Pranam
Hare
Guruji,
Krishna. Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
very much Guruji. Bhagavad Gita, we are learning everlasting knowledge. Today, we understand the importance of Krishna, the Supreme Person, Yogeshwara, Maheshwara, Vishweswara, everything. And Krishna considers his devotees as his own self, equal to himself. And Krishna is owner of all, Sarvaloka Maheshwara. Everything belongs to Krishna, Supreme Power. Krishna is always with us. This is by knowledge of Bhagavad Gita we can understand. Without expecting anything, we have to love Krishna. Krishna is seated in everybody's heart. He knows everybody's needs. Krishna, by knowing that we are suffering in this material world, he wants us to serve him and wants us to detach from this material world. That is possible by worshipping Krishna, surrendering ourselves to Krishna. Then we can go to Goloka and enjoy along with Krishna. Only devotees who love Krishna, have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, can go to Goloka. We need to focus only on Krishna, do everything for Krishna as per the Bhagavad Gita knowledge. Krishna will take care of everything of devotees. Our great service to Krishna is to identify devotees, and by the mercy of Krishna, we can get to do that. And the earlier slokas, in the 23rd sloka, it was told that the other people who worship the demigods, they will get their fruits as well as, and they go to the same places, planets of the demigods, and who are devotees of Krishna actually, they will come to Krishna only, reach the Krishna planet, that is Goloka. And today's sloka, 24th sloka, Krishna tells that less intelligent people think that Krishna is not the originally in the unmanifested form, Avyakta, and now he has come as a human form, manifested form. They don't know, and without knowing the imperishable form of Krishna, they think like that. And Krishna is, they don't know the finest and pure form of Krishna, the Maheshwara. So everything nicely told, Guruji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Subhalakshmi Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Pranam
Hare
Guruji.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare. Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Mataji.
Today class is nice explanation.
Yes.
What Prabhuji asking some questions. We clear that our way. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Mohanan Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Prabhu. Vrindavan, Hare Krishna. Mohanan.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
So thank you so much for the class, Guruji. And every day we are learning new things. These are all unknown to us. In fact, so many years has passed without knowing all these things.
Yes.
Guruji, thank you so much. It's very interesting class, Guruji. And in fact, learning every day, little by little. And I'm chanting classes, chanting slogas are also improving every day. And thank you, Guruji. Thank you for your effort. This itself is motivating us to learn more and more, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Vrinda Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you for everything. Guruji, can you just again clarify the unmanifest, manifest, and again the unmanifest? a little bit
We
more
are,
in detail?
like when this material world is annihilated, we get unmanifest. So originally we were unmanifest. So there is avyakta. Avyakta adini bhutani. So bhutani is the living entities. Adini means in the beginning we were unmanifest. Means we didn't have any body. So impersonal. So no body. So then in the middle, Vyakta Madhyani Bharata. Madhya means in the middle. So Vyakta means manifest. In the middle we get manifest. Then Avyakta Nidanani Eva. At the end, Nidanani, Avyakta. We are again unmanifest. So that means we can never have a body when Brahma goes to sleep. So during that Brahma's night, there's 12 hours, that 1,000 yugas. So we cannot, that's what Krishna is saying in the 8th chapter, which we will study. In the 8th chapter, Krishna is saying that there are 1,000 ages. There is Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Aharyad Brahmano Vidu Ratrim Yuga Sahasrantam Teho Ratro Vido Janaka. So Avyaktat Vyaktayaga Sarvaga Prabhavanti Agaragame Ratri Agame Praliyante Tatraiva Vyakta Samjaka. So Avyaktat Vyaktayaga Sarvaga Prabhavanti Agaragame. When Brahma's day comes, from Avyakta, everything becomes Vyakta. So that means from the dormant stage, without having any body, we get the body. Then again, when Brahma's night falls, Ratri Agame Praliyante, Tatraiva Avyakta Samjaka. At that time, again, we will get into unmanifest state. So that way, Bhutagramaga Sayevayam Bhutva Praliyate Ratri Agame Avasaga Partha Prabhavati Agaragame. So we will get manifest, unmanifest, manifest, unmanifest, like that. So that's what people think, that avyaktam vyaktim apannam manyante mam abuddhayaga. People who have no intelligence, they think that originally I was unmanifest and now I got this body and came here, like that only. They think like that. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. In fact, everything enters into Krishna's nature when it becomes avyakta. So Sarvabhutani Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam Kalpakshaye Magastani Kalpadu Sujamikam. So everything comes into Krishna, goes into Krishna's nature, everything. So Krishna himself is the source of Prabhava and Pralaya. So Prabhavaga Pralaya. So Etat Yonini Bhutani Sarvani Ti Upadarya Aham Krishnasya Jagattaga Prabhavaga Pralayastata. So that's what we need to know, that Krishna is not like us. You understand that, Mataji?
Yes, yes. Yes, Guruji. So the supreme force which we all enter into and annihilate after our term is over is the source of Krishna. But he comes in this human form, but without a material body.
That is correct. Krishna directly Prakritim Swamadistaya Sambhavami Atmamaya. So I appear in my own internal potential. I just appear directly here. Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much, Guruji, for the effort. Thank you for clarifying. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Thank
Hare
you.
Hare, Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Aruna Devi Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you
Pranam.
for the class, Prabhuji. Today
Thank
I
you.
understand, if we worship demigods, we get permitted, limited benefits and go to that demigod only.
Yes.
If we worship Krishna, the superpower, there are unlimited benefits, and we will go to Goloka and be with Krishna.
Yes.
In our Krishna is there in all our everything, every heart, Prabhuji.
Yes.
all material, all universe belongs to Krishna only.
Yes, everything belongs to Krishna. That's what we need to know. Yes, ma'am.
We must read Bhagavad Gita and understand Bhagavad Gita and know how to worship Krishna, how to surrender to Krishna. We can learn from Bhagavad Gita only, Prabhuji. Today,
Yes,
thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
thank
Krishna.
you. Hare Krishna.
Pranam,
Hare Krishna. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Pranam Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mani Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Today also,
So you are able to
wonderful
join
class,
now,
sir.
correct, Prabhu? I saw your message.
I got into problem. So
Yes,
I just prayed, Krishna, what is that you are testing me? So other things, results, we don't bother. So this I was little disturbed. So, I just asked, automatically it launched. So
Yes,
that is what, through devotion, I don't want to miss. No, that is why Krishna gave me back. So the small interruption was there. Later on, it got knocked.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
So today also we learned the manifestation of Krishna. Brahma, the secret also you have very nicely explained. Certain things we do not know. Through
Yes.
your explanation, we came to know that when Brahma goes in a sleeping mode, so every Jivarasi goes in the non-manifestation mode. Very nicely explained. So the connectivity is the problem, Guruji. So whatever the spark Krishna within us, that spark we have to get. It gets triggered means we don't need any other things in the world. So that is what every time he is explaining. And we are Mudatma. Mudatma people, they don't understand the in-depth things. It happens when you devote and you get Krishna in a Bhakti Bhava. So that spark will come. That spark will explain you that everything is. That transformation will happen. We are waiting for that transcendental transformation. That will happen. So in the same time, electron, proton, neutron, everything within you, you identify what is that electron, neutron, proton. I will be with you. That is what is indirectly telling. We have to identify. And the spark, if we get, and once we immerse into that, once we are one being, we don't have any attachment with the Maya or whatever the play is happening around the world. So we will be, in a very happy mode. In that happy mode, you will remember only Krishna. Krishna will be with you always. That is what the Tatparya. Very nicely explained about the demigod and other things. So you get result and I don't disturb you. But you don't get moksha, you don't come to Goloka along with me, as long as you don't surrender to me. That is very nicely explained. So thank you, Guruji. Everything going in a very right direction. And all our devotees, we are oneself understanding this part. This Raja, what is that called? Raja Upadesha in a very right form. We are very blessed. And Krishna is there in every second that I understood today.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. That's the thing. Krishna is there all the time with us.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Mahendra Shukla Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Dandavad
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna. Dandavad Pranams, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama.
Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Manoranjan Sagu Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji, very wonderful
Hare
session. Really, so every day you are getting this enlightened knowledge, this transcendental knowledge. Really, you should be very much dedicated to Lord Krishna. And this, all the chapters, all the slokas, verse, so very important. So, Alpa Vidya, Swalpa Vidya. So, final knowledge is to know the Gita, that is important. So, less important people, less intelligence, they will pursue demigods or other things, no, not having value. So, only that final is Jnanam. So, Apyaktang is to very unmanifested things. So, how it is manifested? So, this sloka is very important. Just a minute, because I am in the. Just a minute. This is the discussion stream. Very important. So, really, I very grateful, very knowledge that it is so those who only concerned with our the fruit, those who are interested in the fruits only for those who are less intelligence. And really, I am very grateful, Guruji, that so this knowledge, the worshippers of, so really, if you worship God or Guru, that ultimate, the Guru is the final ultimate knowledge, like that Guru Parampara. So handed down from generation to generation up to Prabhupada. So it is a very nice things. We are lucky to have this class. By saying that is not enough. So this jnana, thousands and millions years before. So it has been existed, this Gita jnana. So in Mahabharata, as Krishna, Arjuna, we should be like Arjuna. You try to behave and act like something, not totally you cannot become Arjuna. But at least the knowledge, what he tries to get, the what is life and everything he wants to explore, the mysteries of life. So that is the important, how to lead a very happy and peaceful life. That was his prime motto. Although he is contemporary, Krishna says, you are my contemporary. Still then, he is giving this knowledge. Why? It's a very, very unanswerable question. So we should go through that deep into this knowledge. Well, that is final base. Nothing else in this world. Should be personal Guru because of your dedicated and from student career till now, you are totally not vichalit, not achalam, totally completely surrendered to Lord Krishna, by which we are getting this knowledge. So we are very fortunate, Guruji, because of your dedication, commitment, and total dedicated to Lord Krishna, we are in this class. Otherwise, I think for me, life would have been different turn had I not been in this class. So I was totally disturbed. Now, day by day, by attending the class, I am totally transforming myself. I can proud myself. I can proud of myself that I am changing. I am transforming myself because of Guruji's mercy, because of your grace, Guruji, and because of this powerful of Gita knowledge. This is having so power, so one can transfer right being from generation to generation. It has been handed down. Vaibhaspana, Manu, Ikyato, like that. It has been handed down from generation to generation. And it's not like a joke or a story. It's practical. It's real. So we are fortunate, Guruji, because of your class. We are enjoying this class. Thank you, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji. Satata Naman, Naman, Naman.
Hare Krishna. Pranam. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare